Welcome back to my channel! Why do Japanese people do this? In this video, I'm gonna explain these simple questions. By the end of this video, you'll better understanding of Japanese customs and habits. Then when you come to Japan, you'll be like, aha! So without further ado, let's get started. First, why do Japanese do this when taking pictures? Have you ever seen Japanese take photos? Didn't they all do it like this? Yeah, this is called peace in Japan. Peace. But why? Why do this? Yeah, let me explain. According to one theory, it's originated from a TV commercial from Konica Minolta in 1972, where famous talent made the peace sign. Yeah, that's it. For those of you who want to learn about Japanese peace signs, I'm happy to present you some popular variations. This is normal sign, and if you want to be cute, you can do like this. And you can sometimes do double peace sign. And some young people do vertical peace sign. Fundamentally, younger people tend to bring it closer to their faces, while the older keep it close to their chest. It's interesting, right? But I know in some countries, it has negative connotations, so you have to be careful. But if you come to Japan, why not try the peace sign? Second, why Japanese queue up properly? You might know already, Japanese line up properly. Even during the Great East Japan earthquake, people lined up at supermarket properly without complaining. Why are they so polite and stick to their queues without cutting in line? Let me explain. It's all about education. Japanese have been taught since childhood that lining up neatly is manners. I used to be a school teacher, so let me talk about how we teach such manners in elementary school. For example, during school assemblies, students have to line up neatly by height. During school festivals, they line up neatly and march. Even when moving between classrooms, teachers help them line up neatly. We just always help them line up neatly. If there's someone who doesn't line up or tries to cut in line, other children will tell them, hey, line up properly. Yeah, it's like that. So even as adults, they consider cutting in line to be bad manners and line up neatly anyway. That's it. Third, why are Japanese obsessed with blood types? Recently, one news surprised a lot of Japanese people. Kyushu University revealed that there's no specific basis for the relationship between blood types and personalities. You might think, so what? But for many Japanese people, it's a really big deal. Because most of us believe that these blood types affect the personality. So Japanese often ask each other, what's your blood type? Yeah. Oh, do you know what your blood type is? If you're type A, serious and considerate, but tends to worry about others too much. Type B, curious, outgoing, and straightforward, but with strong likes and dislikes. Type O, action-oriented, easygoing, but tends to be sloppy. Type AB, genius, sensitive, and creative, but often weird. I'm type AB, so apparently I'm weirdo. Am I? How about you? Do you fit this stereotype? Anyway, but the question is, why do Japanese start to believe in this blood type personality? One theory is that it started with a TV program called Blood Type and Personality Study. And the Japanese started to think, wow, blood type is very useful to understand others. Then it spread it throughout Japan. Despite such negative research results, over 50% of Japanese people still believe in it. Personally, I think there might be some correlation between them, based on my experiences. What do you think? Fourth, why do Japanese use many Aizuchi, nodding? According to a study, compared to English speakers, Japanese use nodding 3 times more. Indeed, Japanese use a lot of Aizuchi, nodding. For example, in English, you might have a conversation like this. Yesterday was very hot, right? So I went to get some ice cream.
Yeah.
Then there were so many people lined up. Though I was waiting for 1 hour, I couldn't buy anything. That's a shame. In Japanese, it would be like this. 昨日暑かったよね。マジ暑かった。すっごい暑いからアイス買いに行ったんだけど。そしたらアイス屋さんにすっごい人並んでたんだよね。それでどうしたの？1時間経ってもアイス買えなかった。マジでそれは残念だったね。Do you see how much more nodding there is? So why do we use so much Aizuchi? Because it's like a sign of I'm listening. So on the flip side, if you are not nodding along, people might think you're not paying attention. Of course, saying yeah, so hi, it's kind of rude. Moderation is important. I think Aizuchi makes the conversation smoother because if I hear someone's Aizuchi, I feel like, oh, he's listening my story. So I feel kind of comfortable. Then I can talk more. So if you have conversation with someone, soだね. Please give it a try. Fifth, why do Japanese people tend to do pen spinning? Yeah, this. Yeah, many Japanese unconsciously spin pens, especially students. Yeah, when I was in language school in Australia, I was doing this as usual, and all the classmates and teacher were super surprised about this. Wow, how did you do that? I was like, what? Isn't it normal? Because I thought this is normal. Because many people do it, spinning pens is kind of habit for Japanese. Apparently, spinning pens can help your concentration and also managing your emotions. So if you are interested, why don't you start practice? Sixth, why do Japanese say Sumimasen a lot? If you live in Japan, you'll hear this word from everywhere. Sumimasen! Yeah, Japanese people use sumimasen a lot. What does it mean? Most of the case, it translates to I'm sorry in English. So you might think that Japanese people are always apologizing, but it's not like that. Sumimasen has other meanings other than apologizing. I'm gonna show you how to use sumimasen. First, to apologize. Yeah, when you wanna apologize, it's easy. You can say sumimasen instead of ごめんなさい. For example, when you accidentally step on someone's foot on a crowded train in Japan, you can say, sumimasen. Yeah, that's easy. Second, to explain gratitude. You can use it to express gratitude. For example, when someone picked up your dropped wallet, you can say, sumimasen. Here means thank you. We usually use both. Sumimasen, arigatou gozaimasu. It's like that. Third, to call someone. It's also useful for calling someone. For example, when you are in izakaya and wanna call a waiter, you can say, sumimasen, like that. I know in some countries, calling a waiter is rude, but in Japan, it's okay. So you remember the meanings of sumimasen, thank you, I'm sorry, and excuse me. When you're learning Japanese, this is the one you should remember first. Seventh, why do Japanese talk about the weather a lot? In English, you greet each other like, how are you, right? Well, in Japanese, we often say, today is hot, isn't it? What? What is that? Yeah, when Japanese meet up with others, instead of saying how are you or how's it going, we start with weather talk, like, good morning. Wow, it's hot today, isn't it? Or like, oh, it looks like it's gonna rain today. Yeah, the question is why? Because Japan's got amazing 4 seasons, various climates, and the weather always changes. So that means we've been sensitive about the weather since ancient times. Can you believe that? There are 422 different names for rain alone in Japanese. Like this. A lot. This shows how much we've been considered about the weather. That's why we talk about the weather. Plus, the weather topic is common to everyone. So it becomes a smooth start to our conversation. Okay, 8th, why do Japanese say just beer for now. とりあえずビールで Ever heard that line in Japanese drama or anime? It means I'll just have a beer for now. When going to izakayas or restaurants, despite having various types of alcohol like cocktails, whiskey, chuhai, sake, and wine, nearly 70% of Japanese people order beer first. Why? There are 3 reasons. First, because they simply want a beer. In Japan, the image of drinking parties is strongly associated with beer, somehow. And many people think that Japanese beer tastes very good, so those people tend to order beer first. Oh, this is non-alcohol anyway. Second, it's social trend. This is very Japanese reason. People just think of it as an unspoken rule. Third, actually they want something else, but it's better to go along with others. This is also very Japanese reason. People think, oh, everyone else is doing it, so I should too, then order beer. Yeah, these reasons. Personally, I love beer. Cheers. Alright then, now you understand why Japanese people do this. Did you find something interesting or useful? If so, please let me know in the comments. And if you come to Japan in the future, please try to find these habits or customs. It's fun. Alright then, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!